you might as well just go all the way there. So I was looking at it and saying, well, I'm really not signing up for another 4 years. I'm signing up for a full 20. Is that what I really want? I've come just about as far as I could go. There were only a couple of different options for me. There was no place else to go. I was part of the top 1% of Marines in the Marine Corps. And I knew that, you know, I was just going to continue to refine my craft and continue to improve on my skill set, but I wanted to try something different. And so I decided I was going to get out. I was going to get out and I was going to go do something else. And I left, and you've got to keep in mind that I'm leaving like the cream of the crop. Like I went everywhere I wanted. I did whatever I wanted to do. I mean, I can tell you some stories about some pretty messed up stuff that I was involved in that just got swept under the rug because of who I was and the group that I was with. I was special. And I was treated special in everything that I did. And I got out, and I realized nobody really cared about any of that stuff. Yeah, it's, oh, well, thank you so much for serving. That was awesome. And I appreciate that when people say that. But nobody really cares. You can't get a job if your only training is, hey, I know how to blow stuff up. I can blow stuff up. You need me to go to a foreign land and shoot somebody? I know how to do that. There's not a lot of occupational opportunity for somebody with that skill set. So my first job was as a landscaper, making $10 an hour. And I was out there digging ditches and watering trees and with the migrant labor, and that was my job. I was doing that. I moved from there to selling ADT security systems door to door in the winter. You guys, anybody here have the guy who knocks on your door at 9 o'clock at night and you absolutely, you're in the middle of dinner at 6 p.m., you get a knock at the door and you go there and you find the guy standing on the other side and he's holding the ADT sign. He's like, hello, how are you? I just wanted to know if you'd be interested in ADT security system, if you had any problems with your security. I was that guy, okay? I talked about going home at the end of the day and not feeling good about yourself and who you were and the occupation that you had. I have had some of those just terrible jobs, but I did it. You know, we talk about people who have resolve. It's like, look, that provided me a limited opportunity. It was a completely 100% commission-based job, but it wasn't $10 an hour. I knew that if I didn't find something that would provide me an unlimited upside, that I was going to be stuck making $10 an hour the rest of my life. Now, granted, in the Marine Corps, we would call this good initiative, bad judgment. Okay? Good initiative, bad judgment. I had half of it right. Okay? The unlimited upside was exactly what I should have been doing. Selling ADT security systems door to door, probably not the best idea because there were really some very serious limitations. One of them being everybody really hates you when you come to the door unless they were looking to call you anyway. And number two, trumping through the snow in a Kansas winter, trying to hawk security systems is really, really not the best thing to do. I was 22, I think, at the time. And so eventually I did do okay with that. I didn't make big money, but I made at least what I was making as a landscaper. And then the last job that I had was really it was the very bottom of the barrel. This was when you talk about hitting rock bottom. This was rock bottom for me. I ended up at Trans Am Trucking. Trans Am Trucking is a huge over-the-road trucking company, big 18-wheeler trucking company. And they have these nice, bright, beautiful, shiny trailers. And some of you may have seen these on the road in America as you're rolling down the highway, and you look at those trailers, you go, I wonder how they keep those trailers so bright and shiny white when they're rolling down the road 24 hours a day. Well, if you ever wondered how those trailers stay nice and shiny and bright, it's because you had guys like me, every time they pulled into and dropped the load off, and they had an ugly looking trailer, I would go around with some heavy chemical stuff, like some degreaser, and I would spray it on the trailers and we would scrub it off. I literally scrubbed trailers for a living. I made $14 an hour scrubbing trailers. I worked with 3 other guys. One